Okay, real talk. Have you ever been mid-workout doing a set of your favorite set of glute bridges or bicep curls, and you're just going through the motions? You know, you're standing there, you're curling, or you're doing glute bridges up, down, and you're not really putting any thought into what you are doing. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, one rep hits, and you're like, oh, that's a new feeling. Like you feel the muscle actually activate and lighten up. That's not magic, babes. That is when mind to muscle connection finally kicks in.
And yes, actually, what's the wild part is that you could be doing the exact same workout as anybody else, using the same weights, doing the exact same amount of reps, but you're not getting the same results that they are. And then often you can ask yourself, why am I doing the same thing that this person is doing, but I'm not looking the same as them, or like getting the same progress in my strength as them? And it's not exactly what you're doing, but more of how you are doing it, which is something that's very misunderstood when it comes to training, or specifically how you are mentally connecting to that specific movement. I don't know if you've ever come across this when you're with a new client and then they go, I can do 100 squats and I don't feel anything. And then you're like, show me your squat. And then the form is whack. And you're like, that's why you can do 100 squats, because you're not doing it properly. Do it properly. And then at 9, they're like, ouch, this hurts.
Yeah, so if you haven't guessed it, today we're diving into that powerful link between your brain and your body, how different types of muscle fibers respond to training, as well as how to make every single rep count, because more reps that count equal better gains.
100%. Okay, let's get straight into the juicy part. The question that's probably on everybody's mind right now is, what exactly even is mind to muscle connection?
So it's basically you being present in your reps. Instead of just moving weight from A to B, you're intentionally contracting the muscle you want to grow or activate.
And the amazing thing about this is when you do this, you recruit more muscle fibers, and that means that the better quality of reps you'll get. So you increase your form and there's way less risk of injury.
Yeah, and it's not just a woohoo idea or some voodoo science or something. Like, research has actually shown that when you focus on a specific muscle, it activates more. Like, literally your brain lights up the area you're thinking about, which is insane. And I would love to see that like in real life happening.
Imagine if we could see that actually, that would be so cool actually.
I'm sure there's a video out there. I'm sure there's a video.
There has to be like someone doing a bridge in an MRI.
Yes. Or example, glute bridges, you can either just be thrusting up and down, or you can intentionally press your heels down, engage your core, squeeze the glutes at the top and hold for a half a second to 1.5 seconds and then come down. Totally different experience, right?
Yeah, it is 100% different experience. And it's always that little tweaks that you make to movements, like pushing your heels into the ground, for example, which a lot of people don't do. And like you said, engaging your core as well, a lot of people don't do.
Yeah.
And then your plank went from easy to very hard in seconds just by engaging your core, and your hamstrings and glutes are on fire just by putting more weight in your heels. So
yeah,
little tweaks make difference.
Yes, and I always say that to my clients. I'm like, your foot position matters.
It does
like,
matter.
I'm not just telling you to straighten your feet slightly, or to turn your toes out slightly, or to step your feet further apart. Everything has a reason. Either I'm wanting to make the exercise easier or harder, or I'm trying to adjust for the fact that your body is not able to do the exercise in the correct way, or according to what the book says it must look like. Sometimes people have weaker knees. They need a resistance band while they are doing the squats. Otherwise, their knees are just collapsing inwardly. Stuff like that. And that also teaches the muscles how to activate in certain positions. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you are someone who's like, I don't feel anything during squats or glute flex, like that I mentioned earlier, don't panic. Mind the muscle connection is a skill and you can train for this.
So one way you can actually do this, and by that I mean train your brain, is to actually slow it down, like literally slow it down. Add a pause, create room for tension. And also the reason why you do this is because you need to give your brain time to understand what exactly your body is doing. Because when you move too fast, your brain doesn't understand like what is happening.
Yeah, and also warm-ups aren't just for injury prevention. They're your chance to prime the muscle for exercise or for activity. Doing a few glute band walks or donkey kickbacks before lifting, that fires up the signal from the brain to the glutes to let the glutes know, babes, things are about to get hot and steamy up in here. Let's get going.
Exactly. And we love a tactical cue, literally touching the muscle even when you're trying to engage, or watching it in the mirror also helps. But also at the same time with watching in the mirrors, sometimes people can become overly obsessed with looking at themselves in the mirror. And then when you look at the mirror, which is not a bad thing, I love that you love yourself, as we should. But sometimes when you're looking in the mirror, for example, you're doing a plank and you're staring at yourself in the mirror, your form actually goes a little bit whack because you're now turning your body. So if you need to just do a glance and then get back into position, because your head placement also matters when it comes to form as well. And also something just about the mirror thing is that when you're looking in the mirror, your brain, you want to look at your face and not necessarily your form. So now you're distracting your mind from what it actually needs to focus on. Do you know what I mean? Unless you have a coach's brain, you will look at this. But if you're the average person, you're going to look at your face and yourself, oh my hair, oh my this, oh my ooh, you know. Don't get...
I was just going to say to you, I've never actually looked at my face in the mirror. Only time I look at my face is when I'm going to take a selfie. Yeah. But while I'm training, I'm like neck down.
Neck down,
you know? Just checking my form the whole time. And this is one of the biggest things that I teach my clients actually, is to train in front of the mirror, because when I'm not with them, I want them to know how to train in front of the mirror. I want them to understand that they shouldn't be looking at their faces the whole time. They should use the mirror as an image to check their form. Are their shoulders in line? Are their hips in line? Toes, everything. Use the mirror as a cue. Pretend that I am the person in the mirror telling you, fix your hips, fix your knees, do this, do that. So that's one way where the mirror is beneficial, but like Donaé said, it can get distracting as well. But obviously practice is the only way you're going to get better at it. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is I am the type of PT to ask my clients first, and then I would say, can I touch you? And then I would touch them on the muscle that I am wanting them to activate with my finger only, guys, not my full hand. Especially lats, because a lot of women, they will do back exercise without really engaging their lats, erector spinae or whatever. They would just be doing lat pull downs and going up and down, and there's no really squeeze into the lats at the bottom, release, squeeze, all of those things, or using your finger to just point the muscle or touch the muscle. Even if you are training alone, you can touch your own bicep in your bicep curl, touch your bicep so that you can feel how it feels when the muscle actually activates, and that way your brain and your muscle would also get more connected in like, oh, okay, that's the feeling that I'm seeking.
And then you also learn to understand why everybody has a resting bitch face. It's not actually because they're miserable, it's because they're focusing so hard on trying to feel the muscle. Like, can I feel it? Yes, that's it.
All right, now that we've wrapped up with mind to muscle connection, we want to hop into the different types of muscle fibers that we have, namely fast and slow twitch. So we've all got a mix of both, but understanding them helps train smarter.
So type 1 fibers, also called slow twitch, are your endurance fibers. So think about high rep sets, holding a plank, walking up the stairs, or time under tension.
Then there's type 2, which is fast twitch. These are our power players exercises. So these are your heavy lifts, your explosive movements, sprints, that quick, strong contraction. That's them.
So, for example, your calves are mostly slow twitch and your glutes are a beautiful mix of both of them. So they need a variety in how you train them. So this is why the training style that you do is so important, because you do need to train both of these types of fibers because they are important for your overall movements as a result, obviously.
Yeah, very, very, very important to have a combination of different types of exercises that train these muscle fibers differently, because obviously you don't want to be dominant in the one and then weak in the other, because that puts strain and pressure on your skeletal structure, which is a whole other topic on its own.
Yeah.
But this is where it gets cool. When you combine your understanding of fiber types with mind to muscle connection, that's when your results actually start to change.
So take your glutes, for example. To hip thrust, you need to hit those fast twitch fibers, so heavy explosive lifts, but then you don't skip on your high rep kickbacks like your banded walks. And this is, aside from obviously the burn, it's also for your endurance as well. And you can actually feel the difference in these movements. The fire up in them are completely different. It's also good to understand that as well.
Yeah. And muscular endurance means that eventually you'll be able to lift heavier or lift for a long period of time. And that's what you're trying to improve, to be able to do more. So very important, especially in the glutes. And then mind-muscle connection helps you shift gears. You want explosive reps, yes, but you also want to focus on drive and control. I can't stress this enough. Control over the amount of reps is always the better way to go. Always. Like there is no instance or situation where fast reps is going to be the winner, unless you're in a high rocks class. But for the most times, when you're doing your normal exercises, you want to be in control of the movement the entire time. And if you are not able to, you need to either decrease your weight or you need to adjust the exercise to suit you. But control, because that's how we prevent injuries. And if you are going for a burn, like you really want to burn your glutes out today, then lock in that squeeze at the top and slow down. In this instance, we are talking about the glute bridge. When you get to the top of the glute bridge, hold for 1 to 2 seconds, my babe. Come back down and don't come back down all the way. Keep some 2-finger space in the bottom and then go back up. All you are thinking about is squeezing, and you want your hips to touch the ceiling. That's how you're going to get a nice, deep, and a contracted squeeze.
And this is also something that you can apply to not only the glute bridge, but also every exercise, is that holding the squeeze is a sweet, sweet, sweet spot, and where you will obviously find your most progress, because even in your last rep, getting to that squeeze is so difficult, whether it's your lats, whether it's holding on your lateral raise or the top of a bridge as well. To get that final contraction on the last rep, on your last set, feels like death. But it's that point where you break in that barrier to create strength, to increase your weight over time. And that's the most important.
I'm getting goosebumps while you're talking about that, because I'm just thinking about that feeling.
Because it's such an amazing feeling. And I get angry at my clients when they give up right before that last one. I'm like, why did you stop? I'm like, go, you can push for one more and then stop. Sorry, I'm screaming. But I'm like, this is the magic. You just took the magic. And then I'm upset because I'm like, what?
Because that's where the muscle fibers are firing at the highest level. And to be able to finish that rep just kind of seals the deal, you know? It kind of feels like it's not sealed if you can't finish the last rep. So even if you have to take 1 to 2 seconds to just break brace yourself and then finish the last rep. Do that, but don't not do the last rep.
Yes, don't not do the last rep.
Yeah.
Write that down. So here's actually also something that you would want to try. So next time you are lifting, don't just focus on counting your reps, but feel them as well. And something that I also like to say to my clients is breathe into your muscle and don't just take one quick breath. Breathe in the entire contraction. Take that deep breath all the way down, and when you breathe out all the way up. I'm doing a lat pull down motion, but this is how you actually give your brain time to feel your muscle, because you imagine what is your brain doing? Do you know what I mean? So feel and count the same.
Do you know
time.
what the thing is, hey, we also, I don't know if this is all fitness people, but I think we share the sentiment where, like, when you're breathing, in your mind, you have this little picture of that the oxygen is literally going to that muscle. It's going straight into your nose, not going anywhere else in your body. It's going straight to the muscle that you're working. And we're laughing because I'm almost 100% certain that we share this.
Yes.
We share this idea. So if you want a little tip as well, use this as like, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing directly into that muscle. And in yoga and Pilates, you'll always hear the instructors actually say, breathe into your muscle or breathe through the movement and stuff like that. And that really teaches mind to muscle connection. So if you are struggling with getting that activation, definitely go and join a yoga or Pilates class, or put one on YouTube and follow the instructor's cues and listen to the cues, because that will also help you to activate your muscles. And when you can activate your muscles, it will be a game changer in the muscle growth that you achieve.
100%.
Another thing, play with the tempo. Add a pause at the hardest part of the movement, like in a squat when you're getting down and maybe you're using a dumbbell. Hold it there before coming back up. Put your hand on the muscle, like I mentioned earlier, and make that mind to muscle link real for yourself.
Yeah, it's also important to remember that when you are doing a program for yourself, don't just take a plan off Pinterest and copy and paste it and be like, ooh, Bella Hadid's workout, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Think about, what does my muscle respond to? How can I train both types of fibers? Take a second and actually think about that. And this comes back to doing mindless workouts, which is the same as training without mind to muscle connection. It's mindless. There's no thought put into it. You're just doing this because that's what the piece of paper says that you must do. But think about breathing into the muscle, adding tempo, squeezing at the top, and how you can train your fibers in this way.
Yeah. And guys, we always mentioned about intention. Like, everything that you do must have a purpose. The same way in life, you have your processes for how you do your work, how you manage your family. Whatever you do, there's a process, and you complete that process with a certain intention. And your fitness approach, or the way you view your fitness journey, should be the same. It should be with intention. Why have I chosen these exercises? Why have I chosen to do this workout today? Because I can guarantee you that if you have a good coach, your coach is choosing your workouts or your exercises with intention to benefit your goals the best. So you should apply that same knowledge to your workouts.
Yeah, 100%. So I have a fun challenge for our listeners today, and maybe even also for you and I. So we're going to pick one exercise. It can be your favorite exercise, or actually your least favorite exercise. I think this will actually be a challenge.
No.
Pick your least favorite exercise.
Wait. Tell me, what's your least favorite exercise?
Ooh, a Bulgarian split squat.
Oh,
I hate the Bulgarian who split the squat.
That is a PITCH.
Yes. Bulgarian split squats. Oh no, what's yours?
I love deadlifts so much.
Me too.
What is my worst exercise? It will probably be a Bulgarian split squat as well. But
I don't think we are alone in saying that.
It could also be a mountain climber.
I actually enjoy mountain climbing.
I was just thinking, actually not. I mean, it's a bitch when someone else is. Sorry. When someone else is telling you, it's a bit crappy when someone else is telling you to do the mountain climber. But when you add it into your own workouts, it's not that bad.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna go with
the Bulgarian split squat. Okay, so the challenge for this week is to choose your least favorite exercise and then slow it down. Slow it way down. Slow it down. Focus on the squeeze in the muscle. See how exactly this makes it different. We already hate this exercise. I don't know if making a difference is gonna help us love it.
And we will show our videos. We will post our videos to our Instagram.
Story,
so Donaé, in one of your workouts, I want to see you doing this Bulgarian split squat because I'm gonna be doing it.
I will do it. I'm actually feeling like a leg session today, to be honest. So I might go and do legs because, I need a leg session today.
And if you want help with any of that, DM us on Instagram and we'll send you our fiber type training split or our favorite glute warm-up routine because it's so important about getting those glutes firing up. You know, it's not just about having a big booty. It also needs to be firm and it also needs to look good, and you get that by making sure that you're training both fiber types.
Also, side note, if you did not know, both Zoe and I offer online services. So if you need help and you feel like you could trust either one of us, give us a DM or find our personal Instagram profile and reach out to us and we could help you get up cheer glutes or build that nice upper body that you are wanting. So don't be shy now.
100%. And as always, guys, thanks for hanging out with us today. We will catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.